Hi. How are you guys? Hopefully everybody's doing better than I am. I've only been trying to do a live on YouTube, I don't know, since 3 o'clock. So we've decided to do it this way until I get up there and get it figured out on why I cannot find my pull-up host section. So I have and you're probably all going, why are you doing it here? Well, because what my co-host and I have to say is so super important. And I know some of you get sick and tired of hearing my lips flap. So I thought, well, I'll just bring somebody else up that you can listen to talk. So once Christy finds where I is, let me make sure the volume is turned down on my laptop so I'm not blaring anybody's eardrums off, because you are hanging on my laptop. So, yeah, this was not last minute. We planned this about a week ago. And I'm like, yeah, that's no problem. I can pull you up on there. No biggie, because we've done it before. Well, apparently, I have forgotten how. So, if anybody has a YouTube channel and knows how to pull a guest, a co-host up with them during a live, could you please let me know? Because I have apparently forgotten how. And I have been spending the last 30 minutes trying to figure it out. And every Sunday is Sunday sit down over there, not here. But I don't want to go without doing this Sunday sit down with her. So we decided to do it over here, and then I will upload it over on YouTube. And of course, I'm going to have poor connection. Stop. I can't take no more. All right, so Christy, when you pop up, dear, I don't know if you're up here yet. Let me know, and I will pull you up. In the meantime, I'm going to invite some friends. I'm going to invite some friends to watch. And I think, I would hope, this is my thing too. I've often noticed, and I'm not an idiot. I see how the world is, and I've seen how people can be, not all people, but some people. I wish there was a button where I could just click it all, invite all. People tend not to be interested in something unless they're interested in it or it's happening to them. I've noticed that. The world has changed, that is for sure. I'm just sending invites out. And I think I can go ahead and send hers out, and when she's ready to accept, then she can click it, and then that way she can pop up. Oh, she's here. Okay, so I'm gonna bring her up. Yes. Hopefully this works. Crisscross applesauce. Hello, dear. You should be getting well, it says it's adding you, so you should be getting an invite or something, I think, to click on. I'm like so thirsty. Yeah. Do you see it? It says it's adding you. There she is. Well, I have a gray background.
I think I'm on there. I don't know. I don't see me.
It says you're joining, so let's wait and see, shall we? I don't know what's wrong with the internet. For what we
You
paid
know how
for,
bad I am.
for what we paid for, we should have like it should be like bam, like melted butter. All right, I'm gonna remove you and then send it again because it
I,
just keeps saying. Oh wait, hold on. Let me click down here. Approve. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. There she is.
where are you?
Can you see me?
No, I can't see you.
You can't see me?
No, I
You
can
guys,
only see me.
really?
Really. It's just a black screen on top.
All right.
We'll get it figured out.
All right, I'm gonna remove you and then I'm gonna send you another request.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully this works. All right, so we're going to yes, she's a guest, but I need to. No, I don't want to block her. Why would I do that? That's mean. Okay, so let's try this again. So we're going to bring her up. Bring her up. Okay, sent the request. It's saying it's adding. Now, can you see me?
No, maybe it's just my phone. There, now I can. Can you see me?
I see you.
We're frozen.
We're frozen.
Yes,
No!
this is great. This is the most dramatic news.
No! Why are we frozen? Stop. Okay, are we still frozen?
Yes.
You're frozen at your end, not my end.
Me and you are both frozen on my end.
Yeah, we're good at my end.
Huh.
Did you pause? Did you hit a button?
I could have.
Anything's possible. All right. Send me the request and then let me see if I accept it on my end. If it'll work better. Let's see. Let's try this. So send me a request, Christy. All right. So the whole plan here, other than my ouchie, look at that. I broke my nail way down there. But that's not what this is about today. Okay, so what this is about is Sunday sit down. Okay, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Tammy's Journey My Truth. And I haven't decided yet, and the rate it's going is probably going to be every Sunday, at least until I get the bugs fixed or whatever. But we're supposed to be doing this on the YouTube channel. Okay. For some reason, I can't get her pulled up. So I have to do my homework on that this evening to figure out how and why it's not working. And so right now I'm trying to get her pulled up on here so her and I can sit here and have Sunday sit down. And we're going to share. We're going to share a little bit about what we go through, about what we live with, about CRPS. So that's what our Sunday sit downs are about. Some Sunday sit downs may just be me. If Christy enjoys doing this with me, then maybe that will be her and I show. We'll do Sunday sit downs together. Christy, are you here, my dear? She sent request. Okay. I didn't get it yet. Let's see. Let me scroll. So that's what these Sunday sit downs are about. These Sunday sit downs are not a pity party. Okay. We do not want pity. That's the last thing we want. What we want, desire, and are trying to do here is get the awareness out there. We're trying to share our journeys. We're trying to share our story because we're all different. We're all very, very different. Okay, there it is. Let me see. Approve. Now let's see if this works. It says it's adding. It says it's joining. There she is. Can you see me?
You on mine. Maybe
Huh?
it's my setting. Maybe it's my settings, how I got it set up. Because I'm not frozen now.
Are you good now?
I'm good, but I just can't see you. I wonder if everybody else can.
I can see you, but let me go. We're going to do this. Hold on. I'm going to go to Facebook. You can have like a podcast.
I told you when it comes to technology, it's horrible.
I have a podcast. Let me see. Do I see both of us? I do not. I only see myself. Well, how
And see
come I can see you?
myself.
I'm going to mute my phone real quick, and I want to see if I can even hear you. So if I can hear you, then we'll just do it like a podcast or something. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me turn the volume down on my phone. And then let me turn the volume up over here. Anybody's eardrums out because you are hanging on my laptop. So,
Can you hear me?
oh, I can see you.
See, I just can't see you. Can you hear me?
The volume down on my phone. And then let me turn. Yeah, I can see you. The volume up over here. Can you see me at all?
No.
Or is it just yourself you're saying?
I'm just seeing myself.
Anybody's eardrums out because you are hanging on my laptop. So. All right. You have an Android, don't you?
Yes.
My daughter, I think, has an Android. She would know more about the Androids than I do. Hold on, I'm gonna message her real quick. And maybe she will know if it is. I mean, I'm assuming it would obviously be something in your settings.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you.
Well, we can do it as a podcast if you can hear me.
I mean, I saw you on Facebook. You just can't see yourself, or you can't see me.
Right. I just can't see you.
So you're basically talking to yourself.
Yeah. Okay, I'm used to that.
I was gonna say, so it's nothing new.
No,
I don't
we're
know,
just
maybe
saying we talk to ourselves a lot.
right, exactly. All right. Well, then that's what we'll do, and maybe it'll work itself out somehow. I don't know.
It could be my privacy settings and stuff because I've
Oh,
never been alive.
very true. It could be your camera settings or whatnot. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, seeing how she can't see me, but I can see her, and she's only seeing her beautiful self while talking to me. That's got to be like the voices in my head. They're actually real.
Yes. Oh.
Um, so what we are doing here, and you know what? There's always bugs, I guess, the first take or two. So we're going to figure it out. I know there's a way of bringing her up on my laptop for the YouTube channel. I see it done all the time. I know I'm able to do that. What we're doing is Sunday. I want to do this thing with the YouTube channel, and it's called Sunday Sit Down. I've not decided yet if I want to do it every Sunday or every other Sunday, because I also do other video drops over there too throughout the week, and then I also do video drops on my Instagram, and I'm trying to get our MCCs going again within the community on Facebook. So I haven't decided yet exactly, and when I have decided, then the rest of the world will know. But in the meantime, I've invited Miss Beautiful Christy here to be part of that with me. She also lives with CRPS. She actually has been living with it just a smidge longer than I. She was diagnosed with it in 2004. So she's had it a bit longer than me. But she suffers with it as well, and she really wants to get her story out there. I've met amazing warriors along the way over the years since we've been doing this, and some of them are very forthcoming in sharing their story, and then there's some that don't want to share if they're going to be doing it public. Well, sharing your story is just another way of getting awareness out. And without awareness, we're not going to get the help we need. We're not going to get the cures we need. We're not going to get the medications we need. We're not going to get the medical care we need. And they're not going to find a cure for this thing if we don't get awareness out there, because we're all very different. We may have similarities. The way that you develop it, it's not inherited. It's not catchy like the flu. It's inherited by several different medical reasons. And so we've decided to collaborate, so to speak. Her and I talked a lot this afternoon on a lot of topics. And after I spoke with her a few times, I asked her if she would want to do this with me. And she obviously said yes, that she would absolutely love to help me get awareness out there, that she would love to share her story so others know and understand. She has a great support system at home, but there's a lot of us out there that do not. And there's many reasons why we do what we do. We could take the advice of others and just be quiet about it and never talk about it and just be in pain all the time and suffer in the darkness alone. And I did that for many years because I was shunned, because I was told that I was being attention seeking and this, that, and the other. And so I shut up for a long time until I realized, no, I've done nothing wrong and I didn't do this to myself. So why do I have to be quiet about it? And so with Christy's help, we are going to get it out there. We are going to share our stories. We're going to share our journey. We're going to get the awareness out there. We're going to educate people. There's so many people out there. I don't know about you, Christy, but have you had people ever try to diagnose you?
Plenty of times. They'll say, can you do this? Or can you try this? Or I'm like, you don't understand. I've tried everything that you could possibly think of.
Yes. I
And they'll
love
say,
those.
that sounds like what my mom had. Or, honey, if it's CRPS, you know what you got.
Right, exactly. There's no mistake in this. There's absolutely no mistake in this. Is the thing too. When I was diagnosed with it, I had no inkling to what it was. I had never heard of it before. I had never been around anyone that had it before. And my one of few words to my doctor were, "Okay, when will it clear up so I can go back to work?" And he was like, "You're not. Like, you have a long bumpy road ahead of you." And then he went a step further and explained to me what it was and what I needed to do. And there's a lot of us out there that have not had that privilege to have that
Yes.
type of doctor tell us, "Hey, this is what it is. This is what you need to do." And it's different in every case. It's different in everybody. So that is what Christy and I are doing here. Okay, so if anyone is wondering, why are these two weirdos on my screen talking about stuff I have no idea what they're talking about, because it all sounds like mumbo jumbo to me, that's what we're doing. We're going
And
to
why is
educate you.
Tammy's story so much different than mine, even though we share the same disease?
Exactly. Exactly. And that was the one thing too. Can you see me yet?
No, but that's okay. I'll figure it
um,
out. It'll take me a couple times.
um, but that's the thing too. It's like and maybe this is another reason why people find it so hard to believe, because maybe they have come across two people that have had it, but their stories are so different. And they're like, well, this one over here is saying this and you're saying that. We're not going to be the same.
Nope.
We might have similarities, but we're not going to be the same.
And it can
Period.
affect different organs. It can affect different body parts. And it just depends on where it's hitting you, what the severity is. And it also depends on when you're diagnosed. If you get diagnosed right out of the gate after being hurt or right after it starts, you're going to do better than somebody like me that had to wait a couple years to get a diagnosis.
And see,
Just
that's
like,
where Christy and I are different, because when I injured my knee at work, I went through the whole, fill out an accident report, sent me to Concentra, let the doctors examine it, gave me a knee brace, crutches, ibuprofen, said, "See you back in 2 weeks." Okay. So I went home. A week and a half after my injury, I had 5 symptoms already showing up. 5. And I'm like, there's something not right here. Like, this is making no sense. And it was scaring me. And I didn't reach out to my doctor or anything, because I already had my 2-week, coming up. So I'm like, but I got picture happy. I took lots of pictures just in case, because it was like 1 minute it would look a certain color, and a couple hours later that color would fade and it would look normal, but I would have all these polka dots all over, and it was swollen and shiny and cold, and it just did not make any sense. So I kept taking picture after picture after picture after picture, because I'm like, this is not right. There's something not right. I know my body. I hurt my knee. This is not making any sense to me. So when I went back for my 2-week, I still had a lot of the symptoms. And I showed the doctor the pictures I had. Well, that was 2 weeks after I was injured. And a week and a half, I had 5 symptoms. I had 5 different things going on at one time. So I was diagnosed very quickly. And they tried all these different types of physical therapy and this, that, and the other. I didn't get my medical team I have now until my 2nd year. So my 1st year, yes, I was diagnosed quickly, but I saw 28 doctors in 1 year.
oh
And
my
none of them
goodness.
knew what they were doing.
Well, see, when I injured myself, but injured myself when I worked in Columbus. Okay, I'm not going to say where because I'm not allowed to, but um, I damaged my peroneal nerve in my leg. It was a smash injury. And they thought that the discoloration and stuff was just from the nerve injury, all the
Which
symptoms I was having.
would make sense,
Right.
you
Because I
know.
didn't actually break a bone. It just, where it smashed me, it messed up my peroneal nerve on my right leg.
Okay.
And I was in a full one of those leg braces that kept your leg completely straight
Yep.
and on crutches. And every time they would take it off, every time I'd go to the doctor first. They would have to loosen it and loosen it and loosen it because my leg kept swelling. And then once they took that brace off, I could not put no weight on my leg at all, even 6 months after I had done it.
Well, see, that's what was with my injury. I had injured myself, and it was gradually before they even sent me to Concentra. It was like within 5 to 10 minutes after. It was getting to the point where I couldn't put my leg all the way down. I couldn't put any weight on it.
Yep.
The drop foot happened very quickly. The drop foot was within the first month of my injury.
Now, see, I have drop foot too, but it's better.
Really?
Yeah,
I wish mine was. Mine didn't. No matter how, it was weird too because I was in the knee brace and then the crutches. And like I said, it was probably about a month into it. I noticed that my foot, because I could walk flat foot in the beginning, I just was with the crutches because I couldn't put full weight on my knee. But I was still very much flat foot. And so the month going into it is when I noticed that my foot didn't want to go all the way down. And so no matter how much I would force it to go all the way down, it kept popping up. Like it was just automatically, it would pop up and I was walking like half footed or, not completely on my tiptoes, but like my heel was raised a little bit. And over time, within probably 3 months after, it was raised all the way to the point where my ankle started fusing and freezing in place where I couldn't even bend my ankle. So yeah, I don't know. There's been many times I've gone to the doctor, like when that first happened, I told myself, is there a surgery we can do so I can like at least get somewhat of my foot back? Like I can't keep walking like this. This is ridiculous. And well, here I am, many years later, still walking that way. So
see, that's where our stories differ. When I first got diagnosed, for about 10 years, I was really, really bad. They had tried the spinal cord stimulator and stuff, and my body rejected it. For some reason, my body don't like implants.
it's probably a blessing in disguise.
Oh, it rejected the infections and stuff I got from that surgery was unreal. And for about 10 years, I was really bad. Well, my sister lived with me and was helping take care of me. And I got feeling better. My legs were feeling better, but I started having really bad stomach issues. And me and my sister was trying to teach myself to walk again. Well, they thought I was having chronic pancreatitis. And for my sister taught me to walk again. She helped me get up and I started walking again. I was out of my wheelchair for probably about 10 years. And come to find out, I didn't have chronic pancreatitis. It was the CRPS had moved to my stomach. My disease shifted. It actually left my legs and went to my stomach.
Ugh.
And then once I sprained my ankle again at work this time, it just went crazy. Within 30 days after spraining my ankle, I was completely back in a wheelchair.
Gosh. See, and that's the thing. It's like, it makes me so upset when I've had warriors come to me saying how they feel or think that it might be spreading somewhere else. But when they tell their doctors about it, the doctor's like, oh, no, it's not because it mirrors itself when it spreads. You know what? I'm sorry. And I'm going to try to say this as politely as I possibly can. But y'all a bunch of quacks.
We know our bodies.
Exactly. It does not mirror itself. And the reason I know this is because my initial injury wasn't even my knee in the front, it was behind my knee.
Yes.
And so it went from my knee to my ankle in the beginning, and then it went within weeks, within days it even seemed like. It went from my ankle all the way into my foot. After by the end of the first year of having it, it had gone up into my hip. And then a year and a half later, it had gone up into my lower back. And then by the time I was through, so within probably the first, I'm going to say 3 to 4 years of this, it had consumed my whole right side of my body.
Yes.
Last year, it started on my left side of my body, and it's above my knee, all the way up into my left hip and lower back, and my left forearm and hand. How does that mirroring itself?
It's not. It's not. It's spreading.
Exactly.
Be- Because my injury was in my ankle this time. And within 30 days, it was in both feet, legs, and lower back, and in my abdomen. From my chest down, I have CRPS.
Yeah. And now I have, and this is the thing too, a lot of people don't understand is CRPS causes other problems. It's not
Yes.
just about tendons, muscle, bone, skin, ligaments. It's about, it can affect our hair, it can affect our nails, it can affect our internal organs, it can affect our teeth, our sight, our sound, our smell, our taste. It affects everything. Everything. Like there's
Your
no,
heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your
yes. And
pancreas.
our poor Christy here has moved into a new phase of hers, which is
Yes.
now affecting her lungs and her heart.
Yes.
So,
That's what scared me, this flare up.
you know, and this is the thing too, I have come to learn and realize over the years is a lot of our warriors are not being properly educated by doctors.
No, I agree with you. A lot of people, a lot of the doctors don't really understand it. And that my doctor will tell you, each patient is different. So I can't tell you what to expect.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, it bothers me because when I was diagnosed, um, well, when I first started the community, I can't, it blows my mind on how many people came to me and said they have no idea what to expect and the doctors never told them anything. And that blew my mind because it was like, wow, like the, I only had 2 doctors that were any good in the first year. The rest were quacks. The one that diagnosed me, he was very upfront. He was very honest. He was just very transparent to the point. And he told me, oh, this is what you have. This is what you need to do. And one of the things he told me was, you need to go home and you need to educate yourself. You need to read everything there possibly is to read. There are tons of studies out there. Google, do your homework, take pictures, listen to your body, keep journals. Like, and he gave me home techniques that I could do to kind of help me get through a bad day. And he told me what to expect. He's like, it's a long, bumpy road. He goes, you are in for a long, bumpy road and you need to educate yourself. And I have met, and these warriors, it's no fault of their own because just like me, I had no idea what it was. Like,
I
okay,
didn't.
well, let's clear up so I can go back to work. Like, what, give me a pill. What do I need to do?
Right.
And it just, it angers me so much because it's like, for a disease that is so old, you would think that it would be in the top 5, if not top 10 diseases in the medical books that are examined, that are looked at, that are studied, that are whatever. They're not.
No, you wouldn't believe the nurses that have no clue. When I leave the hospital, they look at me and they say, "Thank you. Now I know what to watch for in someone else."
Yeah. You know how many I have? I can't remember exactly how many, but there's been quite a few doctors that I've had to school it on.
Me too.
My doctor,
ER doctors are horrible.
it's insane, and to find out that these are the people that we are going to for answers,
Yes.
and I don't know how many of our warriors have been doctor hunting and they're still looking for good doctor's care. And they, I've had especially so many, I don't want to put out names, but there's so many that have come to, because I talk about this all the time during our MCCs about the doctor's care and finding a good doctor and this, that, and the other. And we have this one gal, and she has been through quite a few doctors in the past 2 years, maybe 3 years. And she always gets her hopes up. And she'll message me, I got a doctor appointment, I'm going, and she gets there and they have no idea what she's talking about. And
Most
it's
doctors
like,
you have to explain it to.
so it's like, this is what I say from now on, moving forward. anyone who learns anything from Christy and I's journey and story, there's going to be a lot more of these Sunday sit downs, and because there's years and years of information that her and I have that we can share. But moving forward, if you feel that this is something that you might have, or if it's something you've had and you just cannot find a good doctor, do me one huge favor, please, because getting in a car and taking a trip is hard on us, regardless on where it is we're going. But before you get in that car and you go to that doctor, interview that doctor.
Yes.
Ask that doctor questions. Don't just make an appointment. Exactly. Don't just make an appointment, but ask that doctor questions. Ask him if he even knows what it is that you need to be looked at. Ask him if he's ever dealt with anybody who's had it. Ask him if he's ever treated anybody who's had it. You need to interview that doctor. I think some people too, they get so intimidated. They see a white coat and they forget their words. They're
That's
just
what
a
I'm saying.
person.
They're working for us. We're not working for them. We pay them to help us. If they
Exactly.
don't know what they're doing, we need to look elsewhere.
Exactly. I agree. I mean,
Patients do that. They just say, well, it's so hard to treat. There's no specialist. There is. They're just hard to find.
yeah, there are specialists. Exactly. And
My doctor's amazing.
I feel like that's another thing too. It's like there are specialists, but there are not enough of them.
Exactly.
There are a lot of states that don't even have doctors who even know what this is. And I know it's hard to travel, but if you're in a situation where you don't have the doctor care around you, your health is important, and you've got to travel. I travel. My doctor's not around the corner.
Mine's an hour away, and I would not trade him for nothing. He practiced at Cleveland Clinic. He studied this disease. And I'm going to say this. A lot of people look at our disease, and like me and you said earlier, the first thing they hear when we say we got complex regional pain syndrome, they hear pain syndrome. They realize, okay, they're just looking for narcotics. Honey,
Exactly.
so much more. So much more. If you can find something that'll help me that isn't a narcotic, please give it to me. I would love to get off this couch and go play with my grandbabies.
Yeah. And we don't want to take medication for the rest of our life.
Look at what it does to our stomachs.
Our stomachs, our mental status, it's like we're stealing from Paul to pay Piper.
Yes, and people don't understand that. When you hear that we have a pain syndrome, you just look at us like just another pain. It's so much more. It's a nerve pain. It's a bone pain. It's a muscle pain. It's so much more.
Yes, yes. We get into flares. And we don't know how long those
Get
flares
out of
will
this
be.
house.
Yeah, we don't know how long the flares are going to be. We don't know how bad the flares are going to be. The flares are different every time. Our senses, sound, sight, smell, taste,
Bright lights. Oh my
they all
gosh.
get flared up too. Yes, they get flare. We get flares from that too. And then when that happens, especially when our sound is intensified, then that triggers our anxiety.
Yes. My husband makes fun of me because I am really sensitive to light. Ever since this flare up, I cannot stand the curtains open. I can't stand to ride in a car. Even on a rainy day, I have to have sunglasses on. Because if I don't, I get horrible migraines.
Yes, yes. And it can cause chronic headaches.
Oh, it's unreal. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. My
No,
worst enemy, I wouldn't.
no. Like I said, it affects everything. It affects our body weight. We can rapidly lose weight very quickly. We can gain weight very quickly.
The
Um,
steroids can really put the weight on you fast.
our appetite can be affected by it. We can go days without just not getting hungry. And then
Yep.
there's days where we are hungry.
We can't stop eating.
Nausea and vomiting is another symptom. And that's just like someone flipping a switch. Like, whoop, there it is.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can be
now,
sitting talking to you, and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I'm so sick at my stomach.
and it can last for days. It can last for
Yes.
minutes, hours. It does. This is what I think people aren't getting. CRPS does not play by rules.
No.
It has rules of its own. It is the king
When you
and
think
our
you're doing
land
better.
and it's the king of the kingdom, and it does what it wants, when it wants, how it wants, where it wants.
Yes. And like I said, right when you think you're getting it under control and you're doing a little bit better, it says, oh, no, you're not, honey. Here you go.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I remember the first time my CRPS changed. I kind of had plateaued for quite a few years. I'm like, okay, I've got this under control. I know what to do when this happens. I know what I need to do so this doesn't happen. And I was doing pretty good. And all of a sudden, bam,
Yep.
uncontrolled body temperature is another one.
Oh, that's
And
well, that was the worst.
do you know how many people have asked me, are you going through menopause? Is it menopause?
Yes.
No, it's not menopause.
It's so much worse.
I've already had that when I had my partial hysterectomy in my 20s.
When I had mine in my 20s, I already
So
went through hot flashes and stuff. This is
it's
so
not
much worse.
menopause.
No, it's not.
Menopause heat is a heat that starts from without and works its way in. This
This one,
is like you are cooking on the inside, and
and you're
you,
drenched.
yeah, your hands are like you just dip them in water, like you are just gotten out of the shower.
Yes,
It is horrible. And then a few seconds later you can be freezing to death.
that's
What
been my
I hate what I hate is when I got the hot flash going with the chills.
That's what I'm dealing with right now. I told you that I was up most of the night last night. One minute I was burning up, and then I was so cold I could not stand myself.
It's like make up your mind. Pick a page.
Yeah, I carry a little fan around with me because I get so. I mean, I am drenched.
Yes. People think it's like men. No. Are you going to ask a man that? We have male warriors. We don't have many of them, but we do have them. Are you going to ask him if he's going through menopause?
Exactly.
And it's kind of offensive. If I was, it's none of your business.
Exactly. But these hot flashes are so much different than the ones that we went through with menopause.
Yes,
Because like you
absolutely.
said, those hot flashes like on the outside working in. These ones burn you to the soul.
Yes. It's like you are on fire. Like you can literally feel your face burning from the inside out. It's like,
Yes.
oh my God, I'm going to combust into flames any second. That's what it feels like. Like it's like your breath even gets hot. It's like you're
Yes.
standing in front of a furnace and
I just
you
reach
can,
over and touch my husband and he'll say, oh my goodness.
yes, yes. If you live with someone who has this and they are going through that and I thought, okay, when I first started changing symptoms, I'm like, oh, it's a symptom, so I'll have it for a while and it'll go away. No, they don't go away. You just keep getting new ones.
Yes. And they
Um,
some are worse and some are better.
but the hot flashes, it's like you can literally, if you are laying down or sitting down or whatever, and you had that, especially if you have a real good one, you can literally feel the heat coming off of that bedding. That's
Yes.
how bad it is. Um,
Yep.
so there's just so much, and the nausea thing. It's like someone flicks a switch. Like I remember the first time I got it, I thought, oh my God, I'm getting the flu. Who was I around? Because our immune systems from this is all out of whack as well. And
Right.
I'm trying to, and I'm going back thinking, who was I around? Who's been sick? Who's been around me that's been sick? Couldn't think of anybody. And the first time it happened to me, my daughter and I, we were getting ready to go shopping one day. And I was getting ready. I was in the bathroom, and all of a sudden, you know how you get that knot under your tongue, like you're gonna. And I'm like,
Yep.
what the? And I was in the bathroom, and I'm like, if this doesn't stop, I'm not going anywhere. Like it lasted for a good 20 minutes. I must have vomited five times within 20 minutes. And I'm
Yes.
like, and then it was fine. I was gone. It was
Yep.
gone. It was like someone flipped the switch and I was fine. And then I've had it last a few hours. I've had it last a few days. Um, I don't know if the vomiting or just feeling like you need to. I don't know which one's worse.
I think it's feeling like you got to, because no matter what you do, you can't make it go away.
Yeah,
Because
true.
at least when
Yeah,
you vomit, you get that little bit of relief after that.
very,
But then
yeah,
it puts you back.
yeah.
When you're not doing anything and you're just really nauseous and you feel like you're going to, it's like it's no break whatsoever.
And when we say it's like someone flicks a light switch, it literally is. You can be standing there fine, well, bunny ears, because she can't see me, fine, and then all of a sudden you're like you've got the flu, and it's a hot mess, and no one's happy.
No.
Um, but it's just horrible. And one of our poor gals, one of our warriors, she's a younger one. She actually had to have a feeding tube. I don't know if it's for feeding or if it's for her medication, because she gets the nausea so often. She gets it
Right.
a lot. And so, it affects us all very differently. And I think too, no, there's no thinking. My goal, and I know it's Christy's as well, is to get people to open up their eyeballs and listen and
Yes.
learn and ask questions. You
And
know,
understand that when we say we can't do something, it's not because we don't want to. Because just like with the fairs and stuff going on, I would have loved to go up there and see my nieces and nephews. But just the sound, the sound alone. You cannot believe how much vibration is in sound. You
oh,
cannot
there's a
believe how
lot.
much vibration is getting in a car and riding. When you have this disease, you can feel every noise. You can feel the air.
Yes.
Every
Who
molecule.
knew? Who knew a fan would hurt you?
Exactly. It, it's like you can feel. That's why I tell my husband, I can feel the dust particles in the air.
Well, that's like we have the air conditioning on right now, and where I'm sitting, it's hurting my body. And it's not as if it's so cold in here that it's Alaska, because it's not. If I was healthy, this would be comfortable to me.
Right.
But it hurts. And, you know, there's this thing, and I'm going to get it started. Of course, we're not going to be able to do it because, well, I would never do that to my warriors to begin with. I want to do an ice challenge.
Oh,
And I think Christy knows where I'm going with this.
yes, I do. Somebody sticking their hand
Um,
in ice water. That's what we feel like.
yep.
I know where you're going.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want us to get this to get it started. It's a nice challenge, and it's also a way to spread awareness, because there is no way humanly possible. And there's going to be a timer. There's going to be a certain amount of time that you got to hold that hand in that water. I'm not saying just dip it in and pull it out. No, 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 no. We don't get to pull it out.
We're stuck in it. Permanently, we're stuck in it.
We can't go nowheres. So I do. I want to get an ice challenge going. I think
I knew
maybe
exactly where he was going when you said that, because I've told my husband that. I said, it
yeah,
feels like we have been froze to the bone.
yes,
It's an
yes,
entirely different pain than actually just being cold.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, I was always, before CRPS and all that, I was the person that didn't like the cold to begin with. I got cold very easily. But I can say now, more than anything, you hear that phrase chill to the bone. I honestly can say I know what that feels like.
You understand it more.
Yes.
But do you know I can handle the cold better than I can handle this heat?
See, me, I can handle the heat better.
See, but I think mine is because where the CRPS has messed with my lungs and my heart. When I go,
Ah,
it's just like I can't breathe and I'm suffocating and the pain just intensifies.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
They,
I go out there and I can breathe in it. So it's not bothering my heart and my lungs. It just hurts my legs. So I can handle that more.
yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, that makes
That's
total
what makes
sense.
us so different.
And then that's the thing, we are so different. We are, how did Tina used to say it? We're all in the same ocean, just different ships.
Exactly.
And unless you are a person that is really listening to us and paying attention and wanting to learn and asking questions, you're not ever going to understand any of this. Even we're not, and this is the thing too, we don't want you to fix us. Okay, we're not asking you to fix us. We're not asking you to figure it out. We're not, what we are asking is that,
Give us grace.
but right, and why are we one of the oldest diseases on the planet, but hardly anybody knows who or what we are?
Because people don't want to hear this kind of pain. They call us the suicide disease for a reason. Because most people would rather, and this is really a big piece of my heart, most people would rather kill themselves than to deal with this amount of pain.
Yep.
I'm not ready to roll over and give up. My grandbabies need me. And I
Amen,
couldn't just
sister.
not knowing me.
Good afternoon, Miss Roseanne.
Hi, Roseanne.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get that beautiful nickname for nothing. And sadly, we have lost people because
Yes,
of this.
I have
And
lost 3 friends on TikTok.
I don't want to see anybody else feel that they don't have any other choice but to take a permanent way away. You
I
know,
don't either. I
it,
don't ever want anybody to feel so alone that they feel that they have to do that.
yeah, yeah. From the studies I've read about that, and people that have decided to unlife themselves, a lot of it is the pain, but a lot of it is too because they don't have support.
The isolation, the
Yes,
understanding. Do you know,
yes,
I used to be, I am a people person, okay? And I hate to admit that I love my friends. I've always been a people person. But once I got in this wheelchair, it was like everybody disappeared. It's like they
yeah.
look at me and they think, oh my gosh, I could stub my toe and get this. I don't want to
Yeah,
see that. I don't want to be reminded of that.
I think too. Um, I just had my disability hearing um, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, and one of the questions that my lawyer had asked was, "How has this impacted you personally?" And I said, "Well, other than the obvious," I said, "but I've been a single mother most of my children's life. I have grandkids, and I feel like I am a burden to them because I can't be the person I was before. I have grandkids that have never seen me run. I have grandkids that have never seen me walk like a normal person. I have grandkids that I've never been able to hide and play hide and seek with because I have grandkids that have seen nothing but yes, there have been a few times that I had pretty good days, but I've had my grandkids have never seen me as a healthy person.
See, Maverick
And
had, my grandson had got the opportunity to know me when I could walk. And like I told you earlier when we were messaging, when he seen that I could put some more weight on my feet, you, Tammy, if you would have seen his face light up and start screaming, "Sissy, Sissy, you should see Mimi. She's walking. She can take us to the park and stuff again." It
oh,
just,
it's so awesome. And
I will,
I only have, well, I have three out of my grandkids know what I look like prior to. The younger ones don't.
right.
And it sucks because this isn't a place I ever thought I would find myself. This is, you don't, when you're foreseeing your future, so to speak, and you're thinking about the future and you're thinking about stuff that you want to do and your ambitions and all that, this isn't usually on the top of the list.
No, you don't ever dream you're going to be this bad.
I never thought of myself, becoming disabled. I never thought of myself not being able to work. I never thought of myself, I've always helped others around me, like my
Yes,
parents and my sister and, whoever else in my life that was having a hard time. But I never thought that I would be on that end, receiving or not receiving the care that I need. And it makes me so angry because the world is a different place now. When my stepfather became disabled, the world was a lot better. Community came together, our neighbors came together, family came together. My mom had the help she needed, and of course I helped her in any way I could. But nowadays you don't see that type of generosity. You don't see that type of
yeah,
togetherness and community like you did back then. People turn away and they don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be burdened. They've got other things to do. They've got lives. I've got life, Yeah, well, we all did too at one point, and look where we are.
what people forget. We did too at one point. But I'm going to tell you what, I have got like 2 or 3 friends that anytime they they're into plant-based, all natural stuff. If they come across something that they think is going to help me, they will either give me a free sample of it, or they'll say, you got to try this, and this is the benefits, this is the everything. They give me so much information, and I am so thankful for them. If they ever watch this video, they'll know who they are, because just to give me something that you think would help me because you've done your research into my disease and you think it's going to help with my nerve disease, you don't know how much that means to me.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
And
not like they're trying to
that's
cure me, it's they want to help.
right. And that's the kind of community. I mean, there's so many different ways to support somebody, you
Ex-
know, so many ways. Make them dinner. Go to the grocery store for them. See if they need a load of laundry thrown in the wash, go vacuum their whatever. I mean, there's so many ways that you can help somebody,
It got
and
weird.
it's just, I don't know. I don't know. There's just so much, but I hope that with us sharing our story and sharing our journeys and sharing bits of what we go through, I'm really, really hoping that more people will step up. And I know people are not used to me doing this sort of thing on my Facebook.
Well, like I told you, I've never went live. I've went on TikTok a couple times. I've told my story there, and I've got a little community built up of friends there that understand me and they'll check in on me. But just the friends that I have on my Facebook, I've never really told my story here.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
And
getting ready to heck of a storm.
um I also too want to bring up something. I'm not going to get into full detail about it, but about 2 years ago, a lot of what I'm doing now was confined to one area on social media. That has changed. So, like I said, Christy, she is now my moderator in our community. So I'm so grateful and happy that she decided to take that role on. Also, too, we do Sunday sit downs usually on our YouTube channel. I got to get up there and look on that and see why I cannot get her pulled up for some reason. I couldn't even find where to pull her up at. But Sunday sit downs are usually done on the YouTube channel. So I don't know, maybe we'll do them here and I can share them over there or whatever. I dedicate all my platforms to awareness about CRPS. Um, because it is, I am CRPS. I live with it 24/7, 365. It doesn't go away. It doesn't take a holiday. It doesn't take a day off. It's with us all the time. And I'm not going to pretend that I don't have it just to make other people feel comfortable. Because by doing that, I'm depriving the care and support that I need as a disabled person.
Exactly.
And this isn't us trying to get trying to be attention seekers like we've been probably, I know I've been accused of it. And I know quite a few other of our warriors have been accused of it. We're not wanting the spotlight. Nobody wants the spotlight. Trust you, this is not a spotlight and seeking moment, okay?
This is a teaching moment.
Exactly. And, again, if I had ever, prior to developing this myself, had known about CRPS before, I would have been on that bandwagon before, and I would have been spreading awareness about it.
Oh, me too.
It's a scary thing. And like Christy said earlier, it can be very lonely, because our lives have to change. We have to learn how to live as a disabled person. We try to hold on to as much of us as we possibly can, but there's a lot of us that has to go bye-bye.
Yes.
And isolation is something that a lot of us deal with. There's a lot of us that don't have the sources of internet or social media or people to come and check on them or what have you.
Promise I would be lost without my husband. He has been, Tammy, the support that man gives me, I never dreamed I would have.
That's awesome.
He literally look at me and say, stop doing stuff. Because especially like right now, I told you I was having so much trouble regulating my heart rate. He would say, eat and go prop your feet up. Stop sitting there. You don't have to do the dishes. You don't have to do it. But we feel like we got to do something that day just to feel like we're still alive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one thing too I always talk to my warriors about, and I call them my warriors because, well, they're my warriors. I've adopted them all.
We fight this together. We fight it together.
But we often talk about, like, and this is something that we can also talk about later on as we go, but we talk about different types of hobbies that we are able to do to keep our mind active, to keep our mind from turning mush. We didn't get into that part, but brain fog is a huge thing. Memory loss, short-term, long-term, confusion, speech impediment. There's a lot that goes on. We could be talking and completely forget the word. We know what the word is,
But we can't get it out.
but it's not going to come out.
Or we start.
And we might try to, and it comes out backwards or whatever.
I'm laughing because you wouldn't believe how many times my husband would look at me and say, what? I'm like, never mind.
You know how many times I have said something and it came out so backwards, I caught myself and I'm like, oh, wait, no, rewind. That was not right.
That is not what I'm trying to say.
I mean, when I say backwards, it's like you have all the words jumbled up and they just come out that way. And there's no stopping. It's like once that train starts, the brakes are gone. There it is. It's
We're laughing because we understand each other. We're just like, yep, I've done it. I've done it a lot.
some things we can laugh at, okay?
Yeah.
Other things, not so much.
Right.
Which brings me to something that I've got to say, because when your warrior is trying to talk to you about a symptom, or new symptoms that they might be having, please don't make jokes.
I agree. Especially now, I'm going to have to add something to that. My husband will bring light to things. If we're out in public and I mess up, he'll say, "Oh, this is what you were meaning. You're great." He makes it to where I don't feel so stupid. He knows that I messed up and he's wanting me to feel better, so he'll bring
Yeah.
in a light humor. He won't make me the butt of the joke, but he'll make it to where it's a laughable moment and I don't get embarrassed and I don't get frustrated with myself.
Right. Yeah. And that's understandable. Yeah.
He has
But
done that so many times. I told you I have the best husband ever.
but there are some that just kind of like are cruel about it.
There is.
And they'll make fun of it or pick at it, or they'll sit there and they'll pick at you and pick at you and pick at you about it. It's like, okay,
Yes.
yeah, I messed up a word. Oh, I
Yep.
forgot what the word was. We already feel
I
bad
lost
enough
everything.
because, right, and we already feel bad enough because we are not the person we were prior to our CRPS.
Exactly.
We are not the people you knew. We are not the people we knew. You know, and as the years go on and the CRPS progresses, we change even more. And there's a lot of things that we have to learn about ourselves and in ways of coping with this, and new techniques and new coping skills and new coping methods, and what kind of clothes can we wear this week?
Oh,
What are we, yeah, that's another fun story. We'll talk
that's
a lot about the fashion over
I
here,
know that,
okay?
don't I? The bigger the clothes, the better.
You know? And, what are we going to be able to eat this week that's not going to mess up our stomachs that we were able to eat
Yes.
last week? There's so much. And when
See,
we
you
come up
bring
here,
that up. Awesome, because people will say, I'll tell them I'm looking for something to wear, and they'll say, "What size you need?" And I tell them, and they'll say, "There's no way you wear. You don't understand. My my symptoms, my clothes have to be 2 to 3 size bigger.
yeah,
I cannot wear anything fitting at all."
yeah.
And a lot of people think that's a joke. It's so not. And how do you think that makes somebody feel that's been 115 to 120 pounds all their life, or a small medium? And now we're telling you we wear extra large to 2X.
Yeah.
I haven't gained that much. I've gained
But
a
it's
little.
it's
But
it's what our bodies can handle.
yes,
Um and again, the whole wardrobe, that goes with desensitizing. And we still have a lot of you out there that don't want to do it.
a lot of them don't want to do it because just us
It
touching
hurts.
stuff, it's unreal.
It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's aggravating. It's annoying. It's frustrating. Yes.
I went and bought an electric razor just because where I have other issues because of my CRPS, I can't use a regular razor. To use the electric razor, you would, if you watched me do it, you would think, why do you do that to yourself? Because I'm desensitizing it because that helps me put pants on.
Yeah. See, this is what I did too. And what helped me is when I injured myself, I never like babied myself, if that makes sense. I still showered the same way. I still, I didn't change a whole lot about myself. And I use a loofah.
I do
When,
too.
when I told my therapist, because she wanted me to desensitize with a washcloth or cotton. No, absolutely. And I did try it. Okay. So don't say, well, you're telling us that we can't say no. I did try it. It did not work for me. Now,
Right.
if you are desensitizing in a way that we've shared and it's not working for you, then don't do it. Find
Exactly.
something that works for you. But a loofah does not I can handle loofah because I've always used a loofah and I never stopped using it. And I think that's why I don't use washcloths.
I don't need. I use an African scrubbing, an African sponge, and I
Yes.
something like the loofah. But oh my goodness, we're
You
getting
got a
storm.
storm heading in.
You're getting ready to get some storms too, Tammy.
No!
We're thunder and lightning.
No!
My dog's crazy. He's
But yeah,
terrified.
oh, puppy. Hi,
Here,
baby.
he's terrified.
Hi, baby.
Tootsie, look at my
Oh, he's got his ears all pinned back. He's scared.
terrified of storms, and that's why it's so dark in here.
Just give me a cinnamon twist because I already ate all of my, I ate my Chinese from last night. So just give me like a cinnamon twist because I'm not really hungry. I'm still full from that. But yeah, I never.
If anybody ever needs someone to talk to, if you're at a point that you need me, message me. I will talk you through your pain. I will sit there and listen to you cry. I will sit there and listen to anything because I never.
I do want to say this. Sorry, we're not being rude to each other. It's Miss Christy cannot see me for some reason. She's only seeing herself. I can see us both, and I did check Facebook, and it is showing that I can see us both. But she cannot see me, so she doesn't know when I'm done talking. So we're not being rude to each other or anything.
Yeah.
But we'll get technology figured out. We'll get this going. It'll be good for next time, I promise.
Well, I probably will try to figure out a little bit of this technology. I'll see if my son will show me what the different settings are and stuff, because when it comes to technology, I'm horrible.
Yeah, I was too. And my ex-sister-in-law was just like, click on stuff. You can't break it. Just click on it. I'm like, well, what's this virus thing I keep hearing about?
Well, I promise you can click on things and lock yourself out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I have had to reset my phone a couple times.
Oh my gosh. But I do want to, Miss Christy says something about getting through it together. And I want to bring up something. I won't go into too much detail, but that's what we do in our community. Okay? That is what our journey, it's been renamed. It's no longer known as CRPS Warriors 2024. It is known as our journey. That is what our community is about. Our community is about coming together. It is about supporting each other. It's about truly being each other's confidant and friend, and truly, truly wanting to understand. It's not about who is better than who. It's not. This is not a popularity contest at any rate. And if you are someone who thinks it is, well, I feel sad for you.
And it's not a competition. It's who is worse than the other.
Exactly. Because we're all different.
Yes. And each of our pain is different.
And I want to say something else. Just because Miss Christy happens to be in a wheelchair right now and I walk with a walker, that doesn't make me any better than her, and that doesn't make her any better than me.
I will walk soon. We
are all different. Who knows? One day she may be walking with a walker and I will be in that wheelchair.
Exactly.
We're all different. And that's what our community is about. That's what our community stands for. We're not here to judge you, because one of our guidelines is we are a judge-free zone.
And I promise you, 90% of us, whatever we're using, a wheelchair, walker, cane, crutches, there ain't a one of us would do anything in this world to get away from them. We would do anything. We have tried pressure chambers. We've tried pool therapy. We've tried physical therapy. We've tried occupational therapy. You name it, we've tried it.
And that's another thing too, just because one of us have tried something and the other one hasn't, that doesn't mean they haven't tried other methods.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that they're being lazy and they don't want to get better. We are all very different with this. Again, we are all in the same ocean. We are in that beautiful ocean of CRPS, but we are all in different boats.
Exactly.
Hello, Miss Heather. Hello. Oh, my cousin Dawn's up here. Hello, Miss Dawn. It's.
I waved at her when she came in.
Oh, did you?
I didn't want to interrupt you. You was talking and I seen her. It's okay, baby. I'm not going to be much.
It's just, everything is just so. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to understand. And again, guys, ask questions. We love questions, don't we?
Yes. And if you see one of us post something and you don't know what CRPS is, a really quick Google will give you an idea. And if you don't know what that person is dealing with, ask them. Say, I looked your disease up and it says this, this, and this. What are you dealing with? We will gladly tell you.
Yeah.
And just
Absolutely.
pushing that awareness out, it makes it to where if I can help one of my friends get diagnosed early enough to get the proper treatment, everything I've done to this day is worth it.
Yeah.
If I save somebody else from having to put it off so long that they're in a stupid wheelchair like me, I've done my work.
Yes.
And
Yes.
God saved me this time. And I told Tammy, this is a testament because I think God's using me for a testimony because I did not think I was coming out of the hospital this time. And here I am, and I'm able to use my feet a little bit. I got to watch when I get tired because my feet curl like this, and then my big toe will stick straight up. I have to watch what I do, and I have to be very careful right now because my heart rate will go from 80 to 125 in less than 5 minutes.
Yes. And, that was the one thing too. Um, when I've often spoken about this disease, how a lot of people don't understand how life-threatening it can actually be. And
I
when
do.
we say that, I think they think we're just like trying to make it more than what it is to get sympathy or something.
No.
She's dealing with heart problems and lung issues right now because of it. It's a new phase that she is just now entering. So this is new to her. And she asked me earlier, she said, "Did you know this?" And I said, "Yes, I did." She
I
had
did.
mentioned that she was having heart problems earlier, but I didn't put two to two together until she had asked me that question. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I thought she knew.
No, didn't know it could.
There's so much information out there, and it's like when I or another warrior or somebody that's now dealing with a new symptom comes to you and goes, hey, did you know that this can, they're not wanting sympathy. Okay, I don't know how I can get this through everyone's thick skulls. We don't want your sympathy. We want your understanding. We want your patience. We want you to ask questions. We want you to learn what your loved one is living with.
I just went to a different room so you didn't hear it so loud.
CRPS can, in fact, unlife us if it wants.
Yes, it can. And I found that one out this round.
And when I found out that that's what she was dealing with now, oh my gosh, I wanted to I wanted to just hug her because I know that that's a possibility. And that's always in the back of my mind every day, and not only do we have to deal with it because of the CRPS, but someone like myself, I now have scoliosis, and scoliosis, mine is my lower back. So mine is going off to the left because of the way I walk. that can crush my lungs. That can cause me to have hard time breathing. So not only do I have to worry about that, but I have to also worry about, well, what if one day it decides to do to me what it is now doing to our lovely Christy?
It will
It's
terrify
scary.
you, I promise.
It's scary. And when I put that out there, people look at me like I grew a second head or ran over their dog. No, it's a
Yeah,
fact. Look
that's your
it up.
I'm proof.
Look it up. It's a fact. And if you don't believe me, she's going through it right now. If you Google search, can CRPS affect heart or lung? It will tell you yes.
Any nerve or muscle in your body, it can affect.
And what is your lungs and what is your heart?
And I'm telling you what, when the first time I felt palpitations in the hospital, my heart rate was like 135. I thought my whole body was going to explode. I started getting panicky, anxiety, because I thought I was dying. And then I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't get my oxygen above 82. And I'm telling you, I didn't think I'd make it. And that scared me to death that I would never get to play with my grandbabies again.
Well, by the grace of God,
I'm here.
you're here, girl. And I know I'm very happy about that. And I know you're very, very happy about that. And I know
My,
all of our warriors will be
yeah,
putting a prayer out, and I know they're all very happy that you're still here. And it's a very serious situation, guys. It's not a joke. It's not the flu. It's not a twisted ankle. It's not a bad backache or a headache that will go away in a couple hours. Our pain never leaves our body. Do you understand that?
never.
It is with us 24/7, 365. That is why I have adopted the hashtag awareness 365, because it is with us all the time.
This is the first time in 2 years I have been at a 6 pain level. My normal level of pain was a 7. If you kept me at a 7, I could do my own laundry. I could cook my own food. But in a flare up, when I went above a 10, I wasn't moving.
No. And that's
And
why it's so funny that the pain scales that they have, I have to laugh at them. They don't use that. I don't know about you, Christy, but when I go in, my doctor, they don't use pain scales where I go because they know that they're pointless.
the only time I get a pain scale is when I'm in the ER or something and I tell them how bad my pain is and they just look at me like, come on.
Exactly. It's like, really? You asked me, I'm telling you, now you're questioning my answer.
And then the phone call comes into my pain doctor saying, admit her, she's being admitted.
Yeah. I knock on wood, have not gone to the emergency room, and I hope I don't have to.
Oh, I hope you
Um,
don't.
I will tell you guys that I'm very, very nervous. I don't usually talk politics on my channels, but I will today. Um, I, about what did I say, Christy, 2 weeks ago now?
Yes.
Um, I went to have my scripts filled. I take 3 different types of medications, and I was out of the one. And my friend went to go pick it up, and they told him that I had no insurance. And he says, "No, I just picked up scripts from last week. I know she has insurance." So they ran it again, and it came back, "No, it's inactive." I'm like, "What?" So he calls me. He's like, "Well, you better make some phone calls because they're saying you have no insurance." I'm like, "Are you serious?" Well, it was a Friday, and it was 4 o'clock. Who am I going to call? So,
And you're dealing with Walgreens. I'm sorry. I'm
yes,
sorry.
Walgreens sucks.
Horribly.
So I called anyway, even though it was a few minutes after 4. I said, "Well, maybe I'll get lucky." Well, I didn't. They gave me the runaround. They told me, "Okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, blah 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 blah." Monday, I was back on the phone again with people. And I finally got a hold of somebody that Monday, and I said, "Listen," I said, and by this time I was already out of that pain bed for 3 days, and I hadn't had my injections yet. So not only was I dealing with the pain, but I hadn't had injections done yet. And so I finally got a hold of somebody on Monday, and I says, "I need my insurance because I need my medications. And they're not going to let me pay for them out of pocket like they did in the past. Because according to the pharmacy tech, it was due to pharmacies closing down and lawsuits. She
I'm
probably
sorry.
wasn't supposed to tell me that, but she did anyway. And so I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, I need my medication. That's one, okay? So I've been out of that now for over 2 weeks. I had my injections done. When did I have them done? This past Tuesday, I think it was. So far, fingers crossed, they're working. So it has helped a little with the pain. Now I took my last muscle relaxer 2 nights ago. I get intense muscle spasms at night. I will get them occasionally during the day, especially if I've overdone myself. But it's usually at night for me when my body is trying to start to relax because it's been tightened up all day. And that's when I start getting very painful muscle spasms.
Mine's morning.
Try getting muscle spasms in a limb that doesn't move. And you can't touch the limb to rub them out. You have to sit there in tears and scream because it hurts so bad. And I know Christy's pain because I have those exact things that she has. And they can rip your muscle. They can do damage.
I learned that this time. I did not know a muscle spasm could rip your muscles. And
Ooh. Especially when they're really, really bad, where to the point it looks like it's gonna pop out of your skin. It
I
all falls. Oh
my
my gosh. Oh,
blood red and purple.
oh.
That
So
was me.
now I'm out of those. Okay, this will be my second night without one. My other medication, which is the big one, okay, which is the one that really I take 3 times a day, and I take a quite large dose 3 times a day. I'm slowly running out of those.
That scares me
So
because it put you in a bad flare.
I was telling Christy earlier, there have been 4 other times in probably the past, I'm going to say 8 years, where I have had withdrawals. Not because of my own fault, but because of either the doctor that signed off, because my medication, and I'm sure we're all different, each state is different, each medication is filled differently. Mine, I have to call it in. The doctor has to sign off on it. They send it to the nurse sends it to the insurance company. The insurance company sends it to the pharmacy. That's how many steps I have to go through to get my medications. Thank you who abused them. So now I hope and pray to God, come tomorrow, because I'm going to be on the phone making phone calls again, that I'm able to get my insurance back, because they will not let me pay for these medications out of pocket any longer like they did in the past. In the past, if I had a problem, I was able to pay for it, and then the insurance would reimburse or what have you. They're not letting me do that anymore. These medications and my treatments that I have done have been the only thing that has allowed me to live 11 years with this and get through the best of my ability. Without insurance, I have had to pause my therapy sessions. And she was a huge help for me because I have bills in my portal right now that combined over $1,000 on just one visit from her and having my injections done.
I got a $3,000 bill that I won't even pay because the doctor did nothing for me.
It's
It's a,
ridiculous.
I won't pay it. I'm not paying it.
And so now I'm dealing with insurance problems.
That is horrible.
So not only do we have to deal with living with an incurable disease, taking medications daily, the stress that just average life throws at everybody all the time. Not only do we have to live with all that, but now we have to live with the ignorance of insurance companies. And mind you, I didn't know my insurance had stopped. I make sure that I do my renewals at, what is it, every 6 months, I think they send them out or something like that. I make sure I fill it out and send it in because I know how important it is to have my health insurance.
Right.
I did not get a renewal. I didn't have no warning that it was being stopped. It just stopped. No phone call, nothing. They don't even know why it stopped. But I have to be the one to jump through hoops to get it back.
Yep.
How is that fair to me?
It's not.
I haven't worked since the night of my injury. I'm unable to drive a vehicle. I've been on doctor's care since the night of my injury. I've been pretty much on medication since the night of my injury. I have treatments done. Every time the other one wears off, I'm in there getting a new one. I have a psych therapist that I've had now to put on pause because I have no insurance. What more do y'all want from me?
And I'll be the one to tell you right now, this is the first time I've ever went through a withdrawal. My doctor said, do you want me to send in extra medicine? No, I don't. I want this to get over with.
It is
I don't want
horrible.
extra medicine. I want it out of my body.
I've gone through 4 of them, and I honestly, it scares me because I don't know if I can handle this one. Your
Well,
body
you
is
can,
a very unique machine as it is, but it can only handle so much beatings, and eventually it gets tired.
and it shuts off.
And yeah, it gets tired, it gets worn out, and it can't fight no more. And it takes a lot for the body to go through when you have a withdrawal. And
My
I
heart is,
wasn't just
oh my goodness.
I wasn't just withdrawing off of one medication. I will be withdrawing off of 3.
Imagine.
And it is horrible. It is like having the worst case of flu mankind. Everything is coming out of everything, and you have the chills, you have the sweats, you have the body aches, you have the tremors, you have the diarrhea, you have the vomiting, you have the headaches, you have it all at one time.
People don't understand. They
It's
call
like
it,
there's stuff crawling on you, but it's under your skin, and your legs can't sit still. You want to move. You got to constantly move. You can't get comfortable. You're cold, then you're sweating, then you're hot, it's horrible. No one should ever have to be put through that. And when I'm on the phone come tomorrow, I'm going to make sure they all understand that if they cause me to go through another withdrawal, this will be my 5th one. And if anything happens to me and I don't come out of this safely, it's on their hands.
right.
I will make sure they understand that loud and clearly.
I
This
never
is
want drugs again, ever.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that someone that lives with a disability has to prove they're disabled before they get help.
It's
Look
sad.
at me. Do I not look disabled enough for you? You know what I love is those papers you get where it says our rules. What? I didn't realize disability had rules.
I didn't feel like I had to follow rules to be disabled.
I mean, CRPS didn't get that memo.
No, we can get a notification.
No one gave the memo to us because I didn't realize there were a set of rules you had to have to be disabled. You're either disabled or you're not.
I agree. People have no clue, and I pray they never do. I pray nobody has to experience what we do, Tammy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, girl. It is 5:15.
Yeah,
We
someone
might,
have to hear me.
yes, we're gonna get off here so Miss Christy can get her legs up because with that heart thing going, she cannot. I'm not supposed to be staying with my legs down either, but I'm more worried about her and concerned about her right now. So we will get the technical stuff figured out. And I know today we were just kind of all over the place, kind of giving you a little intro of stuff that we want to talk about and stuff that you will hear about from us in the future more about. And yeah, so get used to seeing Miss Christie's face up here with me because
Couldn't see,
she.
so I don't know when she's talking and when she's done talking. Lagging. And it's lagging, so I think you're done, and you're still in this.
Well, I'm almost done. But we're gonna get all the technical bugs figured out. Miss Christie, like I said, she is our moderator over in our community now. She's also has said that she is more than willing to help me get awareness out on YouTube and anywhere that we can. And like I said, we were a little all over the place today, but when there's a lot to say, we're not used to having the floor. And so I think we just want to talk about everything.
Right.
And so today we were that's what we did. We talked a little bit about everything today. Moving forward, I think, we'll have more of a better idea of what we want to discuss that day, and maybe there'll be more than one topic talked about that day, because there's a lot that goes on with this. I'm sure there's stuff that I didn't say today. I'm sure there's stuff that Miss Christie didn't say today that is involved in this, because it's endless. There's just so much with this, and there's so many amazing studies out there that family and friends can Google, like she said, and do your research and look things up. And you know how honored we would feel if you came to us and said, hey, I Googled this, and now I want to understand it more. That would be a blessing. That would be amazing. But I'm going to have Miss Christie let her take the floor so she can get her legs up. I love you guys, and I'm going to let her say our goodbyes. You have the floor, my dear.
I'm done too. I need to eat and get other meds in me, and I'm just thankful that you brought me up here to share my story, because like you said, I didn't know it could affect your heart or your lungs like it has mine this time. I pray that I get it back under control. And like I said, if you ever feel like you have this, please reach out to somebody. We're always here. And if you need somebody just to sit with you through your pain, my messages is always open. I'll sit with
Amen.
you.
Amen. All right, guys, we're going to go. We love you. For our warriors out there, we are wishing you an LPN, and we are sending you gentle hugs, and we will see you guys again real soon. So until then, ciao for now, my loves. Bye.